YouTube thing. It is Mega Wednesday. Every other Wednesday, I do a long daytime stream, and we are going to open this one up. We had a vote in the Discord, and Discord voted for one album, and I, of my curiosity, want to come into this one. Mitski, Nothing's About to Happen to Me. This is very, very, very highly rated on albumoftheyear.com. It also, let's just be real, this album cover is striking. A lot of people have told me that this is an album that's definitely going to be something that is in my orbit, something that I would probably like. So give me a sec. I think we had some stuff in the Discord. Yes. So we do have, so, you know, here's the album artwork. There you go. Exactly. Basically the same thing. I think that perfect. Yeah, so anyways, this album has been very highly rated on Album of the Year, and as I said, a lot of people have said that this is probably one that's going to stand out to me. So, shout out to the Discord. Let's see, just double checking. Okay, so here's the full album artwork. Ooh, cone, very nice. Love good. Yeah. Like kind of an Aristocats vibe, meets old, like what, oil painting vibes? I don't know. Either way, yeah, notice the different dye colors. Guys, this is a music discovery stream, so let me know. Have you heard this album or artist before, or are you raw dogging a very first listen with me? I'm not familiar with who Mitski is. I have no idea. Again, I've just got a lot of people in my circle telling me that this is a great album, and it's likely one that I'm about to enjoy. So, guys, tell you what, I'm going to hit the play button. Before I do, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. If you really like what you see, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you, or join us on Kick or Twitch. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time. These people over here are the best people. Come hang out with us. Come discover music with us. I know I speak for all of us when I say we would love to have you by. And yo, welcome to the Rooskies. Rooskies, make our new friend feel at home. What's up, pequeños? Guys, without further ado, Mitski, Nothing's About to Happen to Me, opening up with In a Lake. Here we go. This came out the same day as the Gorillaz album did. Oh, okay. The full album artwork really adds some context. Nothing's About to Happen to Me, LOL, the stoic cat ignoring the cat about... Yeah, no, that pretty much defines how I exist in life, is this guy right here. Oblivious.
Small town, I've made too many mistakes.
Whoa.
Where you gotta write your book early, or it gets written up in your place. Where you never get away from your first love. It's like one brand of smoke.
I love the accordion behind the banjo and guitar.
'Cause anyone you can get close to smells like your first time around. But in a lake you can backstroke forever. The sky before...
Honestly gives me a little bit of a Joan Baez vibe. You know what I mean? Her voice is very beautiful, very controlled vibrato in moments. And maybe it's the folk vibe thing here, but I'm definitely getting more of a Joan Baez than a Joni Mitchell sort of thing. But maybe it's the sound textures also.
Stroke forever. The sky before you, the dark right behind. Big city, you can start over.
lake is the only place you go backwards is a beautiful image.
And everywhere you go makes your heart ache. Where you've done enough walks of shame.
I cannot ignore this lyric. And everywhere you go makes your heart ache when you've done enough walks of shame. This is super, super interesting because, I can remember when I was dealing with a really heavy phase of grief in my life, and I've probably referred to this own lyric of mine before, but I wrote about the feeling of grief, that it felt like being a timid parade of hurt on display. And I kind of get that vibe from this same thing. I can remember walking around and people knowing what I was going through would run into me in my small town before I moved out west, and people like stopping me in the grocery store and being like, "Hey, I'm sorry. That sucks. Do you want me to pray for you?" Like in the grocery store, So I can definitely, and it's like you want to be left alone, and yeah, I definitely see that vibe.
Where you go makes your heart ache.
As a person that left the small town I'm from and moved to Phoenix, like I get it. Come on, baby.
Where you go makes your heart ache.
Yeah, it definitely made me feel worse.
Enough walks of shame. Some days you just go the long way to stay off of memory lane.
Wow.
So I'd never live in a small town. I'm slow to learn all the rules. I've tried very hard to be good, but when they think you're bad, people act worse. But in a lake you can backstroke forever. The sky before you and the dark behind you. And in a big city you can start over. The lights all around you, the dark safe inside. In a big city you can start over.
That song stuck the landing. Oh, man.
I'm slow to learn all the rules. I've tried very hard to be good, but
Nah, I'm not gonna play.
they think
I-
you're bad.
I got you. I will. Can we just talk about that crescendo moment? Was just so good. What a first impression. Ooh. Ooh. Where's my phone?
Where did it go? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Where did I leave? Where'd I go? Where'd I go? A woman always on the street called me a ditch on my block. She said, I just want my mind to be a clear glass with nothing in my head.
This is so good. Both of these songs in the same album, just the 1-2 punch. Are you kidding? You open up with this like really kind of like subdued folky thing. It ends on this really lovely crescendo with like horns and strings, and then you go into this like kind of indie punky vibe thing. You ever hear of a band called Flip Turn? Honestly, she went from sounding like Joan Baez to me to sounding like the lead singer of Flip Turn. That's a really good band, by the way. Check them out if you haven't. The song August. I start there. Potentially, I think you might get where my brain is coming from if you hear that song. Yes, this is a full album reaction. Welcome to the Rooskies, homie. Rooskies, make the new friend feel at home. The stream of consciousness too. Where did it go? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Where'd I go? It feels like you're kind of hearing her internalized thoughts here. I love it. Surely somebody will save me. At every turn I learned that no one will. I just want my mind to be a clear glass with nothing instead. I'm happy. I didn't bleep it. That's how it is on title. Is that the only version of the album? Yeah, I think that's the only version of the album. Yeah. So I'm wondering if that was an intentional bleep. Does anybody else? Does anybody else know it was on purpose? Okay, got it. Okay. Let me. That lyric though, can we just if night is like you punched a hole into tomorrow, I would F the hole all night long. Life is short. Thank you for coming back. I'll stay out until my mind is like a clear glass with nothing going on. Or like a bug floating in the melted ember of a citronella candy. Oh wow. I will float until my mind is like a clear wax melted in the gold. Clear wax melted in the gold. I love this. Papas? A little bit of day in the life, yeah. The fuzzy tones there. A lot of breakup. Man, they are sticking the landings with their songs. Golly goodness, that's 2 for 2 stuck landing. Holy goodness gracious. I did not see that song's energy coming. Also, can we comment on how just like I really think these lyrics are great? There is a level of like modern age ways of dealings with feelings written into this that I think really sings out. So is Mitski a band or is Mitski a singer? Like I don't want to which one's pink them. I just what is where are they from? What do you guys know? Mitski's a person. Okay, good to know. Can I get a genius, please?
'Cause I still love you, so it's up to you if you choose to go in the mean.
By the way, first timers, the first time listeners right now, can you guys tell me how it's hitting you 2 songs in? I've got the lyrics here now. Thank you, Soft Animals. I very much appreciate it. 2 songs in, I have 0 complaints. Let's run this back. Mitski is an artist who I feel like. Japanese but lives in America. Got it. Wow. Oh man. The pedal steel.
You say it's so hard, but it feels simple to me. It feels so simple to me.
Golly.
So I've been trying to stop trying.
Kind of gives me a,
To be like
in the smallest way, this gives me like an American Beauty, Working Man's Dead from Grateful Dead kind of vibe. But with like a female vocalist.
So I've been trying.
It's just the sound textures, not the voice. Kind of reminds me of A Band of Horses as well.
Like someone you'd still like, maybe if I could.
And for a more modern comparison.
Already would, 'cause I still love you, so I won't leave you. Yes, it's up to you if you choose to go. In the meantime, rest
Like Fade Into You.
our 2 cats, both asleep by me tonight.
This feels like being in a relationship where you kind of feel like the other one is on their way out, but you're still in it. And there's like not a lot you know to do other than like let them decide to stay or go. You know? I've only ever heard the song Fade Into You. This is a really deep, almost an acquiescence, you know what I mean? Like, this organ sound is lovely.
Maybe tomorrow night the cats will be nowhere in sight, but I'll be glad to know they're out following their hearts to love.
And then like, hey, maybe tomorrow you'll go and you won't be there, and I'll be happy to know you went and did. It's almost like she's saying, I'll be happy if you decide to leave me because I want you to be happy, which is such a tough one. Like, that's such a... She really... I mean, honestly, she's sometimes got like a Joan Baez voice with like sort of Joni Mitchell-y lyrics. And I say that because it really feels like she just airs her mail out. You know what I mean? Like she's reading her diary to you in this. It's so heavy. It's so deep. It's so like the acquiescence of allowing somebody else not to love you when you still love them is such a unique perspective to write on. Wow. Love the bass work here.
If I leave,
the dissonance and the loose bass string vibe here.
No one on the street knows. No one in this mall knows.
Bar is it's like she's featuring a blue note in her walk right there.
And none of my friends know. Surely none of my colleagues, nor do my
Bum, 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 bum.
If I leave, somebody else will find you, but nobody.
You know how in movie scenes, when you change the background music, it changes the way you interpret the scene? I feel like something similarly happens with her voice and the music behind her, right? Because sometimes when it's like folky oriented, she sounds like a folk artist, like Joan Baez. Sometimes when it's like a punk thing, it's a totally different kind of vibe. And I think it's super interesting because in a lot of contexts, you hear one person's voice and you kind of just know that voice to be who they are. But as we're kind of going through this, it really does give me a difference in the. This feels more like the movie and music scenario than hearing other people's voices to me normally does.
Else could see me quite as clearly as you.
The vibrato there in her voice is amazing.
Only you know. I've let only you know how I ride through a tunnel and it's dark the whole way. I ride through a tunnel, it's been dark the whole way. I ride through a tunnel, it's still dark the whole way. I couldn't.
Whoa!
How could
And then settling down to this, yes.
I couldn't lose you. For if I lost it, somebody else will cheer you. But who
That acceptance of like, wow. She's got a lot of focus on like the idea of another person loving them and like what that would be less and more. Hey, Chat and Walt, I wanted to say thank you for helping me get into Giz, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I have been avoiding them for about 10 years. A friend of mine introduced them to me and then took his own life a few weeks later. At that point, it was too hard to give them a fair chance, but since following the stream and your suggestions, I have finally gotten into them. Keith would be really happy. So thank you all again. W's for Giz and for Keith, man. I'm definitely sorry to hear that, and I'm glad you're finding some happiness in my favorite band. And I'm positive I speak for all of the Weirdo Swarm. And I'm going to go ahead and just speak on behalf of all of us here. Man, you got friends in us, 100%. That sucks, man. I am sorry, but I am positive that all of our boys in the Giz, as well as all of the Weirdo Swarm, have nothing but W's for Keith and nothing but excitement for you to be, a part of the swarm with us, man. I'm sorry.
Who else could love me quite as kindly as you? Who could love me quite as kindly as you?
The way, honestly, this reminded me of very early Death Cab. Like we have the facts and we're voting yes era Death Cab. There is So maybe some of transatlanticism too. This song in particular, pretty much anything before like Plans. Maybe some of Narrow Stairs. But this is the sound texture giving me Death Cab vibes there. Loved it. Dead Woman is the name of this one.
Would you have liked me better if I'd died, so you could tell my story the way?
What's up, Scott McGustis? Welcome to the Brewskis, homie.
You'd find my parents and ask to see my things. Rifle through it all, fill the blanks with what you need.
This is heavy dark. The strings here and the bells. The bell tones are lovely with her voice.
If I'd died willing, you'd have taken it nice. If I'd sown.
It does sound like it might have been a song that could be featured in like the Twilight soundtrack from any of the Twilight movies, and I'm saying that as a guy who watched all of them. Unironically, I watched them. Watched the heck out of them. Seems like it could fit.
Rocks in a dress, gone with grace into a lake. But since I'm alive, you'll have to break in as I sleep. When you find my love beside me, choke him dead for having me.
Wow. There's a little bit of dark, sinister haunting to this.
Stabbed me 27 times. Ransack the house for what you'll auction, what you'll keep. Then embalm me up, 'cause you're hosting the viewing, saying she.
Hey, take care, Big Funny.
So we could have her in our dreams.
These little bell tones really make this for me.
So we could fuck her as we dream.
Listen to the drum. The jazzy drums. The arpeggiation. This is the movie scene where they just decide they're bad now. Like this feels like it's this feels like it's the song behind the scene in the movie where our protagonist that we've been rooting for the whole time decides to embody their dark persona. Like if Luke had just decided, like, you know what, I'm a bad guy. I'm gonna kill the Emperor and Vader here. Or you know, it's like that. It's that scene to me. Or like honestly, you remember that scene in Suicide Squad where Harley Quinn falls into the vat and like basically goes crazy. That it seems like it could be used in that kind of thing, like where somebody just kind of says like, no more to my inhibitions. I am. Like if I became Prison Walt, right? If I embodied Prison Walt, that's the music that would be playing. Anyways, got to run an ad. I'll be right back. All right, let's get back to her there, eh? And going into Instead of Here. More pedal steel, love it.
Right as I dip a toe in the abyss, a knock on the door, saying, "Are you in there, miss?" I stay quiet.
It might be today good music.
I'm not here. I'm where nobody can reach. Instead of live, I was lying on the floor with death crouching beside me.
Wow.
And still got up for more, saying I'm done after this.
Been there.
And to think I did believe it, I'd gone where nobody can reach.
I understand. In my own...
Death said I'd called, not knowing that I did. She said she wished I'd known that I'm still just a kid, but knew I would call again. So she'd mosey on back in case next time's really the end.
I didn't. First time I've caught your stream. I've watched on YouTube for over a month now. I watched your reaction to In the Court of the Crimson King and really liked your vibe and reaction style. I also recently discovered some new music through you and hope. Well, hey, thanks a ton. I appreciate the heck out of the comment. And, that music discovery is, it's tuning your fork right now, dude. Welcome to the Rooskies. Rooskies, make sure our new friend is at home, or feels at home.
Instead of love, he said, lie down in the dirt. I looked up at the night sky, wondering, is this what it's worth? The stars never answered back.
Wow.
I got up when it was done and went where nobody can reach. So
Internally.
excuse me, I'll be opening my box of old friend misery, my secret tree.
This is pretty interesting because I feel like this is something that I have certainly done myself. I think a lot of people do. When you are a sad person or when you're a person that's struggling, I think a lot of the times we do things that we don't realize to continue to perpetuate our sadness. And in this context, opening my old friend, my box, my old friend misery, my secret treat, there is this thing that I think we do unconsciously. If we're not being conscientious of it, it's easy to get spun out and for that to just become the way your brain works. And then it takes a long time to rewire that. I'm telling you as a person who has successfully rewired that it's possible. So just go with me on this, okay? But if you are the kind of person, or if you know, that when you're in a sad phase, or maybe just in general, you find yourself ruminating on the things that make you sad, the things that hurt you, the things that cause you pain, it is possible to get out of that. But it starts with recognizing that that's what you're doing, which means you have to call yourself out, which means it's kind of uncomfortable, which means after you do that, you have this like, well, what do I do now moment, right? And then you just have to do something. It could be anything. For me, it was like making these videos and sticking to that schedule. But it's important to me that you know that like it is get outable, right? Like it is escapable, but you have to be conscientious. You have to actually want it. I think when I reflect on my life in that period, I think there was a big period of time where I actually just didn't want it. I think I liked the attention I got from being a sad person. I hate to say that. I hate to be so honest about it, but that's as honest as I can be about it. It was like if I wasn't sad, nobody would pay attention to me. I don't know that I ever intellectualized it that way, but I certainly think that that's what was happening. And I think that that just became my default mode network for a long time. And I can recognize that within this writing. You know, I am absolutely a person that I will just ruminate on the things that hurt me like a delicacy and beat them up and just continuously make myself spiral. So I would just challenge you, recognize within yourself when you're doing that, when it is you are perpetuating your own anxieties and when it is you are perpetuating your own, you know, insecurities and sadnesses and grief. And once you do, just do something. Be consistent with the something that you do. Make sure it's positive, you know, and reinforcing to your life. But do something. I'm telling you, this is an escapable situation. As a person who has escaped it, I still deal with it. I still have to actively tell myself, whoa, hold up, hockey puck. You're just making yourself more sad by thinking this way. That doesn't help you. Doesn't help me either. Food for thought, okay? If you're a person that opens your old box, you know, your box of misery, consider what I've said. Hey, my wife is here. W's for my wife, Mel. And I'm not here. I'm where nobody can reach. To me, that is a sign of I've internally retreated, right? Because at bare minimum, maybe I'm projecting my own circumstance onto this. Do forgive me if that's the case, but art is subjective, okay? So this is what you get when you come to the channel. I am a person that retreats internally. You know, I'm a person that when things go bad, I become a hermit. I cave in. I don't talk to my people. My people know that when that happens, it's, you know, worrisome. But that retreating, I wrote a song. You can find it on my YouTube channel called "A Loneliness Observed," and I opened up by saying I've locked myself away inside this lonely cave in my mind. That very much, again, I feel like Mitski has definitely written things that I can certainly relate to. Hey, I hope you're having a good work day, love. There's this scene in King of the Hill where that Matthew McConaughey was doing a voice for, and he's like the character dating Luann, and he rolls up and he's like, "Hey, good looking," and he's talking to Luann, but Bobby's sitting right next to her, and he's like, "Hey," and you definitely Bobby Hilled me there, Nate Moon. Rad, that's his name, yeah, Thibodeaux. This jazzy thing is amazing.
Do I let our love die when you're the only other keeper?
No, that's Lucky. Lucky is Tom Petty.
When you're the only other keeper of my most precious memories.
Okay, look, here's the thing, Rabbit Raft. I know when I'm being pumped up and I don't appreciate it. Okay? I know when somebody's just blowing smoke up my butt and I don't like it. I could sell propane if I wanted to. Do you know what kind of qualifications it takes to be a guy that sells propane and propane accessories? Do you even have a clue as to the knowledge base and educational entry level to get there? Like, I feel stupid that you would even suggest it, knowing that that's not, that I simply cannot, okay? I do not possess the stuff to sell propane and propane accessories. And I accepted that a long time ago. So to have you rub salt in the wound, I'm not okay with, okay? I'm not cool with it. I know the sum of my parts, okay? And I had to accept that I was kissing goodbye to a life in propane and propane accessories a long time ago. Thank you. I appreciate your apology. But don't dunk on the guys that are out there on the front lines selling propane and propane accessories by insinuating for even a moment that I could think about dreaming about selling propane and propane accessories, okay? It's an insult to the entire industry. Oh, man. There's such this beautiful jazz lounge component to it. And then you have the strings coming in, which brings me to like older, 60s style singing. But then in the midst of that, you have this really, really, really just honest view of a person who's kind of spinning out, who's, imbibed of the alcohol, who's like kind of wrestling with that. Like, do I call them and just spill my guts and say I miss them? I can't decide if I think that this whole thing is a concept album about losing the relationship that you're in, like from being in the midst of it to kind of going on the way out of it to dealing with the aftermath of being out of it. But I'm getting a little bit of that vibe. I don't know if it's intentional. But I think anybody who's been on the losing side of a relationship has kind of felt these ways. And yo, Brewskis, make our new friends feel at home. Oh, it has a little bit of a bossa nova samba kind of beat, maybe? Love you, babe.
Such magic places. You can be without the people, without having anyone at all.
When I think about my time drinking, this pretty much sums it up. This right here, bars, such magic places. You can be with other people without having anyone at all. As a lonely guy, I found a lot of solitude in bars, idly, having small talk, which is a really sad existence, and not one that made sense for my real life, but gosh, I understand the sentiment.
Without having anyone at all. Now they say they're closing.
I really do think in a lot of ways, though, there are... So look, this is going to be a big thing I'm about to say, and this is coming from a very limited perspective of just my own experience in the world. But I do think in a lot of ways, bars are kind of one of the last bastions of human interaction, you know? And if you're like me, it's hard to go to a bar and just control oneself because you get intoxicated by the company. You get intoxicated by just having people to talk with, and you get less inhibited. And when I'm at the bar, I'm a less shy person than I really am in real life. Even when I go to shows, sometimes there's this element of like, I'm a really shy guy, and you can talk to Mel. She'll tell you, like, I get nervous before we go into concerts and stuff. And there is an element of like persona that happens whenever I'm in Walterooski mode, because Walterooski, I think, is a lot like more outgoing and less shy than I am. I know that this is kind of sounding like there's a split personality. That's not what I'm getting at. But I think in the bar, I have the ability to be a little bit less inhibited. And I think a lot of people do. And I think that it's easy to fall into alcoholism through the gateway of community at the bar, because you're there to in my case, I was there to combat loneliness. I'm not going to speak for everybody. But in that loneliness, it became easier to not be lonely the more I drank. And I feel like concerts are one of the last bastions of like human interaction. But when you're talking real community, you can just go to a bar any day of the week and typically find the same people. Church is, you find that like maybe once or twice a week, and it's a lot less consistent. But alcohol, 100% in my case, made it easier for me to come out of the shell and have human interaction that I longed for, but wasn't quite brave enough to take part in. And so I think when I see bars, such magic places, you can be with people without having anyone at all, it hits me between the eyes, because there was a lot of times that I was just there for the chance that I might have like a small conversation, because I knew I was probably not going to say anything to anybody after that I got off of work, So it's one of those things that it's a slippery slope. It is a bastion of human connection and community, and you can find some of the best people sitting down in bars and have great conversations. But if you're like me, your vices can start running away from you before you're ready. Anyways, getting back to it. Sorry about that soapbox. Sometimes you hear words that just make perfect sense to you.
Such magic places.
What's up, Scott? Welcome to the Rooskies, homie.
You can be without the people, without having anyone at all. Now they say they're closing.
I can understand the sentiment behind this. I can certainly understand the sentiment behind this, but I would like you to keep in mind that that's not always the right answer. Changing yourself in positive adjustments is one thing, right? Like if she can recognize her actions, her attitudes, her way of being was maybe toxic to the relationship and that caused him to leave, that's one thing. Deciding to have an honest human reevaluation of your life and actions is one thing, but changing core characteristics is just something you simply cannot do. You come with the sum of your parts for a reason. I think we're the sum of our parts for a reason. I think we can all do things better, but there's a certain level of wonder and magic about being the individual that you are, and that you shouldn't have to change. Right? And positively adjusting yourself to meet your partner is one thing. Changing things to make things better is one thing. But you remember Grease? I don't think that theirs was a healthy relationship by the end of it. That's all. I can see your chat post. What's up, Twitch? And here we go. Let's get into this. This has been truly a great album. I've got a lot to say about it, but there's been a lot of left turns to the sound textures. That's really stuck out to me. But more than anything, the lyrics stand out to me. This is honest writing and honest instrumentation in today's world. It's circling these genres that are sometimes dead and dying. I think this song is a character study and not a philosophy. Yeah, no, that's totally reasonable. I would totally agree with you. I'm just saying, keep in mind there is a difference between changing yourself and growing. That's all I'm getting at. Anyways, as I was saying, the powerhouse of this album is, without question, the lyrics. Like, when I changed, not drinking anymore and relying on alcohol-based community, good. Stopping doing the things I love doing that make me part of that make Walter, not good, right? Giving up, your relationships for a romantic relationship, typically not good. Giving up your friendships, typically not good. Those are the things I'm commenting on. While I agree that song was a character study, I do want to point out the flaw in the stars of "I Will Change for You."
1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5.
The meter of singing the numbers.
All come over. I'll be dressed like your best idea.
This reminds me some kind Best Coast with horns.
You'll be gentle. The number 3, you will ruin me. Number 4, I'm nobody's anyone anymore. So 5, I'll be alone for a while, but I'm only crying 'cause it feels good. I'll have a new haircut. I will be somebody else.
I absolutely think that Nothing's About to Happen to Me is the blind side of a relationship that falls apart. From the beginning to the end, this really does seem to kind of walk us through the story of the relationship is pumping mud, the relationship ends, the relationship kind of goes through the back and forth of conversation in the midst of the end, and then there's those things that you tell yourself after the fact. I'm not going to date anybody. I'm going to go get my rocks off with somebody because I'm lonely. I shouldn't do that. I feel really bad about it, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to be alone for a little while. And you kind of make these stair step hilariously enough, as if any of us have any say in how long it takes us to stop grieving, right? I'll be over it after I do X, Y, or Z, and if I follow my rules. It doesn't work that way. But yeah, it seems to me that this is sort of the evolution of that.
And when I leave my body, please pretend that you don't see how
enjoying the heck out of this album. You guys absolutely pegged me. I mean, you know. The horns almost has a little bit of a, like a, you know, Feist kind of reminds me a little bit of the song 1, 2, 3, 4 by Feist. I love that. This has been a tremendous first impression of Mitski, guys. Not gonna lie, the white cat. That white cat, forgive. Some spaghetti western surfer vibe guitar here. This guy.
Be my house, but I guess according to cats, now it's his house.
I love her writing. I like that she's just like, so this is what's going on. It doesn't necessarily need to rhyme. She's just kind of like, I saw him through the window, the white neighborhood cat marking my house, and it's supposed to be my house, but now I guess according, like, you're hearing this as her brain thought in song.
Mama told me things will leave you. They get broken, they get lost.
The drum panning too. Listen to the toms. Did she play the instruments? Did she get a crew to play with her? I thought she only had to pee on the cat's pee. She has to pee on the cat? JK, did you say the Lord thing because of Randy Marsh? Were you imitating Randy Marsh in my chat right now? It is okay. Can we put some W's in the chat for JK, who clearly belongs in our community?
To pay for that cat's house, for the red corseted wasp who lives in the
Thank you.
roof, for the family of possums, for the bugs who drink my blood, and the birds who eat those bugs, so that white cat can kill the birds. What do you hold on to? Hey!
Admittedly, this seems like the kinds of thoughts I have when I'm like 2.5 hours into mushrooms. nothing but amazing things to say about this entire album. We've got 2 songs to go on this thing, and it's cruising into yes territory for me. This is what modern indie I think should be. You know, this is really just like this is good music being made today with human words and instruments. I'm so a fan. I love knowing that we're getting music made like this today. Charons Obol. We're back to the pedal steel. I love it.
At midnight, the
First timers, by the way, how is this album hitting you? And is it going to stick the landing? 2 songs to go. Revisitors, how's it hitting you?
At midnight, the dogs gathered around the house, around her house. Her heart was lost.
You hear the dog bark and the hoo-hoos?
She only opened when she went out to feed those dogs and let her memories bathe in the moonlight for a while. Those were the dogs owned by the girls who died in that house. Meeting every night.
I do really see a big comparison in her songwriting with the work of Joni Mitchell, at least in what I've explored of Joni so far. You know, between Blue and Hajira, I definitely think that she's taking some lyrical inspiration from Joni Mitchell. I think her voice is more naturally close to like a Joan Baez, but I also hear the gal from Best Coast, like in more of a modern indie kind of vibe. I mentioned the flip tone thing, but what's interesting to me is her. When you change the sound textures behind her voice, it stands out as though it's a completely different genre, whereas when you take, say, Ben Gibbard's voice and you put it on any song, it's Ben Gibbard's voice. Whether he's singing Postal Service or whether he's singing Death Cab, you're like, oh yeah, that's Ben Gibbard. In this case, though, it feels like that maybe her voice seems to naturally fit other subgenres better, which is why it feels so dynamic and why her voice has such an interesting vibe shift. I'm not sure. I am noticing, though, that her voice over top of other, the different kinds of sound textures that she has applied has, I guess in my brain, it sounds authentic no matter which subgenre sound texture she seems to be singing in, and that can't be said for everybody. I have not heard Angel Olsen.
In the place where their people went away, and so she'd wake the rest of her nights in that house, feeding all the hounds at its mouth.
So, can somebody tell me again how the instrumentation worked? Did she do it? Did she hire people, collaborate? How'd it go? She collaborated.
On her first night, wandering through the dark of her new house, saw them out the kitchen window right at 12 o'clock. A dozen silent dogs of all different types. She almost was one of the girls who died in that house.
What a story.
So when it was stigmatized,
And the organ throughout this album has been such a perfect atmosphere builder.
in that house, be the talking coin in its mouth. Maybe with enough time tending to that ground, she can heal the heart of her house, feeding all the hounds at its mouth.
As an owner of a hound, I get it. And I'll say, so I had an apartment when I was a younger man, and my neighbor died in the apartment next door. And I felt weird through that, right? Like, let alone like having somebody die in the house that you live in. I know that happens. I know that that's a frequent thing, but I can remember feeling like it was a unique experience living next door to somebody that died, like that I shared a wall with. So for it to hit literal home, I can only imagine that that's got to be a heavy thing. Hey, there's something I want to clear up before we go into the last song on this. As a person, I think my tastes evolve as time goes on, as I've learned more about music, as I've discovered more things, as I've filled out my Rolodex with more and more albums to reference. In the past, I have been very vocal about disliking, hired guns, whether it was producers or whatever. And I'm saying, I like it caused me to question artistic greats like Bowie or Michael Jackson or Madonna, in the Beach Boys, and I feel like Steely Dan. I feel like I have to admit narrow-mindedness here. I have done a lot of listening to music in the last couple of years, and I think I got some sort of snobbery in my head that said it had to be the X amount of band members doing that, hiring, a producer, and that's that. I think that is narrow-minded, and me projecting what my experience in music in the past is onto other music. Not all music is one size fits all. And I cannot help but think differently the further I've gone into this in the terms of collaboration. Clearly Mitski has a lot of instrumental components, a lot of collaboration in this. Clearly, a lot of great artists like Michael Jackson, like Prince, again, the Beach Boys, and bringing in instrumentalists to do a part is, I don't think, a problem. Collaborating with people that are outside of your band to create something, I no longer see that as a cop or a problem or a business move over a music move. I think this album really sums up what collaboration magic can happen. And I think I've heard too many albums in the past where that was, heavily featured with collaboration. And I loved them. And if the only thing I disliked about it was that the band asked other very credible, amazing musicians that they respected to take part of the album, what the heck is my problem, right? So with that, I feel like it's just important that you guys know I recognize in the times I've made mention of this in the past, I was wrong. I have again explored music to the point that I am absolutely 100% recognizing that collaboration is not lacking in authenticity. So, anyways, for whatever that's worth to you, I know it's been something. I would honestly kind of say the same thing about board fades. I'm growing. Okay. I'm growing. It doesn't all come easy. It doesn't all come overnight, but this is part of the music discovery journey here. You know what I mean? When my opinions change, I feel obliged to let you know, and here mine have. Going into the last song, Does It Stick the Landing? Lightning. Here we go. I have not listened to much Aretha, no. She played guitar, bass, drums, and piano. She's self-released her first... Oh, nice. Sounded like a big tin can. All hail the rain. Sounds a little bit like Pavement music. Like the band Pavement. Without Steve's voice, though. This part reminds me of Wolf Alice, honestly. That's an interesting clean tone lead there, you know? Is it with a pog or a jangly bass? Was that... Can somebody give me a tone read on this? I think I might need to be asking my bass brethren here. My Bloody Valentine? Yes! I'm not familiar. This sound, is that a pog with some chorus and reverb? I can hear the song of my dad singing for the lightning to come, calling to the thunder. Oh Lord. This has been an immaculate album. I really enjoyed Mitski. Oh, man. The lyrical instrument was the biggest instrument. The wall of sound moments were my favorite moments. But, gosh, she writes beautifully heartbreaking lyrics. Gosh. Again, very much a beautiful oil painting of a tragedy. You know? In that kind of vein of art. There are these soaring moments where you're just almost like throwing care to the wind of just like, ah. And, you know, those big wall of sound moments feel like that. You definitely feel like you get to know her through the lyrics. Again, and I think that's why I keep saying Joni Mitchell, not so much in the way she sings, but in the way she writes. They're certainly soul sisters there. gosh. I'm glad I did that one. Guys, you had me pegged. That's the better way to say that. Anyways, I super happy with this one. Guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Goodbye.